Sometimes in our lives, we experience feeling alone and helpless, and we needed somebody to help us carry through and face all the different challenges that life have given us. Perhaps someone who have the capacity to show us the right path when we are lost, the wisdom when we are frustrated and distraught. Well, kids on this matter are no exception. In fact, they are considered to be the most vulnerable. This research deals about the acknowledgement of young learners' needs, specifically their studies, especially this time of pandemic. Through surveys and reviews, it was revealed that scales of students are in need of help. Some of them are even distressed in terms of economic and other family issues. This type of phenomenon is no longer a strange thing in the Philippines, as the rising problem of COVID-19, DepEd order was issued, protocols that includes shifting of blended learning to modular learning system as a safety precaution following the IATF. But nevertheless, I feared that this may even attributed to the problem. But despite of all difficulties, there is no stopping for teachers to do necessary measures in lending a hand to someone in need, customarily the students. It is no surprise that teachers finds a way and look for initiatives to make everything turn around. Thus, the brainchild of home visitation. Despite of the obvious risk, oblivious to the unknown, paired with noble cause, teachers are still willing to put themselves in harm's way. In fact, this organization earned and even dubbed as the unsung heroes. Everyone in this world aims to make a difference in this life. This effort is to attempt unlocking the sickness of negligence and soften the heart of the non-caring individual in other people's need, in the hope that this would inspire the unbelievers of the cause. A teacher's thoughtfulness proved to be effective in touching young people's lives. As the old saying goes, a coach can either make or break, and I preferred choosing the word make as my strength. Yet, I think it is safe to say that most teachers are, as the famous colloquial term goes, sana all. Hence, as an advocate, I humbly present that this research will show the positive end result of the mentioned endeavors. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, sir. Today I am going to present to you my action research. Now, my presentation today may look different from how I organize it in a hard copy. However, it is guaranteed that this will still meet the content and the very idea of what was asked for. And my only hope that this type of show would give justice to whatever is required, in a wish that we would gain learning out of this one. And most importantly, I wish everyone to enjoy. Thank you. This action research aimed to solve, address issues and concerns related to the academic performance to learners in the new normal setup. This due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Seemed that number of students from City of Naga, Center for Science, Culture and Arts, Junior High of the City of Naga, Cebu, having been at the risk of failing or have received low rates for at least 5 out of 10 subjects, including major subjects such as research and electives. now that we are in a modular system of learning. Consequently, as a science school, it is imperative that this occurrence must be immediately be addressed because the institution outwardly believes that we all can turn this thing around and certainly would not and cannot allow this pandemic to be the obstacle towards the development of our learners. Now, what is the meaning of word at risk? As defined by Horton 2015, it is a term frequently used to describe students or a group of students considered to have a big chance of failing in their academic performance or dropping out of school. The application of the term is for students facing some circumstances or factors that threaten their ability or capacity to accomplish academic goals or to attain school, such as health issues, pandemic, economic stability, accessibility, or simply just tardiness. All this refers to learning disabilities, low ratings, discipline problems, and other related reasons that affect students' academic performance. Horton 2015. As the institution conducts its regular meeting, Lardos, Sardo, Ismea, Demea, SWOT, and many more, it is quickly realized that 20% of our learners from STEC, Science, Technology, and Engineering curriculum program, and 20% from our SPA, Special Program for the Arts program, are getting low rates and unable to pass the school standard as 85 per subject for the STEC and 83 per subject for the SPA for probable various of reasons. Thus, as a medium school, it is not difficult to come up with a collective analysis and immediately formulated an intervention movement to directly confront the aforementioned issues. Analogous to this, parents' conferences were conducted both in group and in individual fashion. The institution also conducted virtual communication, both in the purpose of the learners' monitoring and for other reasons as well. Hence, parents were made aware that the administering of home visitation is inevitable and will be scheduled and be implemented. On towards the movement comes the number 1 list of students that needs assistance per level, followed by the division office permit to home visitation, the printing of modules and other learning materials as well, records and other documentation materials were prepared for the said activity, and this became the organization's strength. As we initiated the activity, itineraries were properly plotted, the schedules were posted, and the faculties were assigned per levels, per subject. As a pilot activity, the organization decided to go in group, and for the following through, teachers may or shall continue the visitation individually. Now, this is the calendar of activities. As you can see, from Monday to Friday, we have the same schedule of hours. But on Monday, it is posted as the grade 7 schedule. Location, North Naga area. The people involved, advisor, selected subject teachers, especially math, mathematics, and of course a school head. On Tuesday, with the same time, was posted as the schedule of grade 8. Location, West Naga area. The people involved, advisors, selected subject teachers, and school head. And next, on Wednesday, with the same time, posted the grade 9 schedule somewhere in the southwest of Naga area and the southwest San Fernando area. The people involved, advisor, subject teachers, and the school head. And on Thursday, with the same time, was posted as the grade 10 schedule somewhere in South and Naga proper area. The people involved, uh, the advisors, the subject teachers, and the school head. And on Friday, we have a different schedule. It is the schedule for the consolidation and the debriefing. Time, the same. People involved, everyone else. Faculty, teachers, and staff. Now, the direction brought us to the different remote places of the city of Naga and, of course, the neighboring town of San Fernando. And we did this undertaking in accordance to the DepEd Memo number 2029, the health protocol, and also the IATF, Interagency Task Force for the Management of Emerging Infectious Disease. Upon arrival of each destination, distribution of learning materials and removals, followed by the conferences, which includes the introduction of monitoring system, in which learners must be closely monitored by both parents and teachers. In this context, the organizations experience and realize that there are more than just few problems and challenges that our learners have encountered, especially in the new normal setup. To cite a few, well, number 1, economic status. Number 2, accessibility. Number 3, incapacity of parents in terms of advanced lessons. And more often than not, teachers may also conveniently misjudge learners in regards to their poor performances. On the other hand, it is also undeniable that there are few students truly grew a bad habit of tardiness, perhaps because of the peculiarity of the system caused by the pandemic. And furthermore, debriefings were also initiated. This is how and when realization sets in as to how much impact to these undertakings brought not only to the learners but also to the facilitators, because the institution believed that objectives were all attained. For the following months and quarters, percentage of our learners' performance had made a difference. Now, 20% or 25% may look like a small number, but in education, these numbers still catches attention and the need of intervention. Now here is the chart telling us the movement of the status of our students, starting from quarter 1, followed by quarter 2, quarter 3, and quarter 4. Now, as we can see, during the quarter 1, we have a low rate of risk. I guess it's only somewhere in 10% or 8%. Now, when we move to second quarter, the number of risk grew high. SPA, it went to 25% at least. But however, we are happy to see that when we arrived to quarter 3, the percentage of the students having the risk of failing decreases and went to somewhere 20 or 15%. And happily, when we arrived to quarter 4, the number of student risk of failing went only to 10%. The next chart is for specs. Now, when we started in quarter 1, the percentage of the student having the chance of failing only somewhere in 8 or 5%. And when we arrive to similar to the SPA, when we arrive to quarter 2, it's because of the system that has been changed. The number of risks increases to 20%. But luckily, when we arrived to quarter 3, because of the intervention, it went into 8%. And when we arrived in quarter 4, we only have 5%. In conclusion, the importance of home visitation cannot be underestimated, especially in the times of crisis. The academy believe that this type of approach is very much effective, mainly to the struggling learners. This endeavor may also aid teachers in making sound judgment to every child involved based on a concrete data. In conclusion, the said activities must be fully supported by the different concerning government and perhaps non-government agencies in order to address the current needs of our learners, and most importantly, the sustainability. The local schools, down to its individual teachers, could not self-sustain and support by themselves, which encompasses the activities' parcel needs and requirements. Now, the Department of Education does not, cannot, and must not allow COVID-19 or any other circumstances for this matter to hinder the learnings and development of every child. As the famous DepEd City of Naga tagline, and I quote, "Sa Naga, ang bata, ang bida." In the latter, I am personally inspired by the saying that goes, "Once a teacher, always a teacher." And this very line led me to believe that a dedicated teacher possesses an infinite ability and resiliency in every field. A teacher will do whatever, whenever, however, to make a difference in this world. Having been exposed by going to places, implementing visitation boosted the students' confidence and augmented their feeling of importance. In a manner, this develops a child not only intellectually and physically, but also emotionally. That being said, teacher will do anything for their student, by which reminded me of an Indian indie film titled "Every Child is Special," to which a famous line that says, and I quote, "Every child's achievement is every teacher's fulfillment." Thank you all, and God bless.